Well, hello everybody. It's Mike here. I just want to welcome you back to Mr. Cast Iron. Of course, I got Miss Cast Iron here with me as my sidekick, so we're really looking forward to tonight. We got a great guest with us. Been looking forward to being able to interview her for a good little while, so we'll go ahead and pull Melissa on.
Hi, everybody.
Hey, Melissa, how you doing?
I'm doing good. How are you guys?
Yeah, we're doing all right. We had a little technical difficulty there, but
That's what it does.
that's part of it, isn't it?
It is,
happens,
100%.
Well, we're certainly glad to have you tonight. We're looking forward to picking your brain a little bit. You know, a
Yep.
lot of people don't realize this in the commenters chat room there, but you and I have been back and forth for several months now. I guess
Several
probably back
months,
around
yeah.
Thanksgiving or so. But
Yep.
we've been trying to get you on our show for a good while, so we're so happy that you're here.
I'm so happy to be here. I really appreciate this. Thanks for being patient with me, too.
Well,
Getting this all
hey,
lined up.
that's the way it goes. We got several people in here. I'd like to just open up and welcome. We got golly, looky here. We got Fire
Hi,
Pot
Sonia.
Kitchen.
Hi, Patrick.
Yeah, Lisa D's Delight.
Hi, Stephanie.
Ginger Snap Kitchen. There's little Eric.
So
Let's see. Tennessee Buck Outdoors. There's Jeff. Cooking with Stephen and Jacqueline. Canoeing Edge. Roy. Oh my goodness. Hello everybody. There's Pickles. Charlie Pickles. Good to have you, brother. Miss Sonia Lane's with us. Patty Joe from down in Australia is with us. Good to have you, Patrick. Wow. So, well, good deal. Yeah, we got Stephanie with Ginger Snap Kitchen says she's got high expectations for this one. So
I'm excited, too.
Yeah, so good deal. Well, good to have everybody with us here in the chat room. If you have any questions for Melissa, just be sure and type them in the comment section there, and either Stephen or Teresa One will get it up here, and we'll take a look at it and see if we can get it where Melissa can answer that. But anyway, hey, I just got a curious question. How did you get started doing your YouTube channel, or why did you decide to start a channel?
So the reason I started it wasn't for the main reason that it's turned into now. For those of you that know, I'm a personal trainer aside from this. And I've had clients for years and years and years ask me for recipes and help with meals and nutrition and stuff. And so I originally just started to put everything out so that I could send my clients over there, because I was sending so many via text and email, and it was a lot to handle, that I finally just said, I'm going to make a channel. I have my Instagram, and I've had that for years, but I really didn't put the recipes on there. So now I just started putting stuff up, and then it started growing, and the community grabbed onto me, and I just love it on here. It's so much fun. I mean, obviously we all now want success, but that was my original reason for starting.
Wow. Was it going in this direction then? Or did you always intend on going in the cooking direction then, or?
Well, so I've had like a crazy weight loss journey myself throughout my life. And I started working on meals and light cooking and how to substitute this and that many years ago. And so that's been my forte. And so that's what I've tried to teach my clients. And so my channel just but I mean, I throw some kind of naughty stuff in there too, which we have a good time with, but I try and keep it along those lines, the healthier side, the healthier alterations. So.
Yeah, well, I'm going to put you on the spot here. Can you give us a little bit of your final tagline, or one of your taglines when you're doing a video?
So my big one is, where healthy doesn't have to be boring. And I'm going to show you how today.
I love that every time. Where healthy doesn't have to be boring. That's so cool.
Well, I think that's what people think of good, nutrition and healthy stuff is, I'm going to have to eat, chicken and broccoli all day. And it doesn't have to be that way.
Yeah. When did you start your channel?
So January, I think my first video went up January 4th, 2020, actually. So just over a year now.
Okay. Well, I like to pull everybody's channel up. Do you mind me pulling your channel up on the screen?
Pull it up.
All right. Let's see if I can do this. It's take me just a second here. All right. Let's see. So there we are. And did it not share? There it goes. Okay. All right. So looks like the about section here says you started October 22nd, 2019 when you initially started your channel.
Yeah, that's when I got my YouTube all, up and figuring out how to make it work. And I did post a Christmas Eve video of 2019 that I made sugared cranberries for all my neighbors. And one of my neighbors is like, how do you even make these? Do you have the recipe? And so I quickly threw together a video and just posted it. So it's like the music's really loud and it's kind of sloppy, but it was so that one did go up on Christmas Eve of 2019.
Yeah, that's cool. Looks like you got about 1,160 or so subscribers, so that's cool.
Yeah, it is. It's so fun. I can't even believe I've been this far.
Yeah. Well, let's see. Do you know what your most viewed video is?
So I was looking the other day. It used to be it's the cucumber sandwiches that you see there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, no, wait a minute. Sandwich. Yeah. I mean, my intro videos more, but that's...
Yeah.
Then the next one.
Yeah, right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool.
So that one's fun.
You got some really cool thumbnails.
High tea sandwiches.
Yep.
The cucumber sandwich.
The cucumber sandwiches, yeah. That one has just picked up speed over the last 2 months. And that's not one I even thought. It was a part of a Pass the Plate collaboration that I did with Patty Joe and Living Abroad in the Åland Islands. And there was a big group of us. A lot of Australian channels participated in that one. And that one, for some reason, has picked up a ton of views recently.
Yeah. Are you doing many collabs with people then?
I haven't done any for a little bit. I've kind of been, December I did my my Lean versus Mean series. And so I've kind of been diving into a couple of different series. So I haven't done a collab for a while.
Let's see. Pickle says, Mr. Cast Iron, she has killer thumbnails. What do you use to make them?
So I have a light, and then I use my iPhone, and then I use Adobe Spark to edit it like normal, and that's how I get the words and everything on it. And then I have cute little animations at the beginning of my videos, and they are by Adobe Spark also.
Okay. So
super easy, free program.
So Adobe Spark's what you use to edit all your videos with then?
So that's just what I do my intro and my thumbnails with.
Okay.
And then I do iMovie for all my editing.
Yeah. Yeah, I like iMovie. I use that quite a bit myself, actually.
It's good. It's good.
Let's see here. My comment section's locked up for some reason. Okay.
Loretta says hello.
Yeah, Loretta says hello. So good to have you, Miss Loretta. Mama Z's Texas Kitchen. Misty's with us. Looks like Craig from Behind the Garage Barbecue and Fiery Pot Kitchen. Hello, good to have you. Let's see, Cooking with this guy. Stephen's with us. So he's over in Dublin, Ireland. So good to have Stephen. We interviewed him a little while back. Yeah, we got people all around the world.
That's what I love about it.
People from Texas and Arkansas, all the way from California down to Australia.
That is so cool.
Dublin, Ireland. How about that? So I was hoping maybe Pete might pop in because I initially watched you be interviewed by Pete Thomas.
Yeah, Pete was my first interview. It was so much fun. That was so much fun.
Then I think Patrick, and then Pete interviewed me, and or I don't know how it turned out. I don't remember who was first, but either me, you, or Patty Joe, and then me. But that's kind of what was the inspiration for me doing this. I was on Pete's show, he was interviewing you, and at the end of it, he said if anybody'd like to be interviewed, be sure and send him an email, and I did, and it was something that I was looking at doing anyway, so we just kind of got started, and it just went off. Everybody seems to enjoy it. I don't know, but everybody seems to, so we've had quite a few guests on, and got quite a few lined up again, so
I love it. It's kind of fun to get to know everybody outside of the edited camera version,
Yeah, and that's what I like about it, because we see the videos, or we may search for a certain recipe, or whatever, and we pull it up and we see the recipe and we see the person do it, but we really don't get to know that person. So I just really enjoy to reach out to channels, from anywhere from 0 subscribers all the way to 10 or 12,000.
Absolutely.
And get to know everybody. It's just so great, and we have such a community. I mean, as you can see, we've got so many people in here now, and they're always commenting, asking questions, or they're commenting amongst themselves, and it's just amazing. I love it. There's Samantha Lewis says, hello, Mike and Teresa. Good to have you. And let's see, we got Crazy Shepherd says, hello, neighbor from Kentucky. So good to have you with us.
So much fun.
Yeah. Well,
so are you guys in Texas? Is that where you are?
No, we're in Arkansas.
Oh, in Arkansas. Okay.
See my Arkansas Razorback coffee.
I should have picked that up.
Yeah, I drank out of it. Now, I do wash this. I'm sure people wondering because I have this every Saturday and Sunday night, but it's my favorite coffee cup. But anyway.
You got to have a favorite.
But I do wash it occasionally. Now, I don't wash it all the time because I don't want to wash the flavor out of it, right?
There you go. It's like a cast iron, right? You got to keep that seasoning in there.
Yeah. Well, have you heard the latest? I'm going to tell you, let me just bring you up to speed here, Melissa. Now, I'm sure Cam and Teresa, Flour, Eggs, and Yeast is going to be in here before too long. I hope they will anyway. They're a great channel down in Florida. I don't know if you're subscribed to them or not, but
I was looking for them the other day from one of the other interviews you were doing, and then I got sidetracked. I need to go find that. Well, actually, what paused me for a minute is they commented and said they hated turkey bacon. And my next video had turkey bacon in it, so I'm like, I'm gonna wait until the turkey bacon video is buried a little bit, and then I'll subscribe to them.
Yeah, that's cool. Well, they're instigators, and they started this deal with me about not an Instapot, but an air fryer. And so Teresa's been wanting an air fryer. Yeah, little Eric, my little buddy, 6-year-old buddy down in Trinidad, he's even on me too. Everybody's been picking on me about getting Mrs. Cast Iron an air fryer. So anyway, somebody felt sorry for me and felt sorry for Teresa. So Mac with Small Town Texas Barbecue, I don't know if you're subscribed to him either, but Mac ended up sending Teresa an air fryer. Well,
that is so nice. That is so
I had
fun.
ordered one just prior to him sending me a text and saying, hey, you'll be watching the mail. You're going to have something in the mail. So I picked him a little bit, and I said, well, what is it? He said, well, I sent you guys an air fryer. I said, oh, okay. Well, you didn't have to do that. But anyway, he did, and I had ordered one. So hers came in on the day of her birthday. On March 2nd, so.
Oh, happy birthday! That's super soon.
Now she's got two.
You can get them both going at the same time. You guys can have air fryer off.
Different.
Yeah, she had one going earlier making cookies of all things. So
blows my mind what you can make in those things. It's so neat.
I told her, I said, well, I shouldn't have any problem coming home from work without having supper, right?
Exactly. Now it's expected, right?
It's expected. That's right. So now you guys, if I remember, I think one of your videos you were telling me or something I seen it. I'm not sure. Are you in Utah? Is that right?
Yeah, I'm in Utah.
Okay.
So we usually have the greatest snow on earth, and we had one great snowstorm, and that's it this entire year. It's been the weirdest weather. You guys had all the other crazy weather, and my mom's in Texas, and they had crazy weather, and here we are supposed to have crazy weather, and we had nothing. We had one big snowstorm, and it's like 65 today. It's beautiful. It's spring. It's strange.
Yeah, it was probably 65 or so here today too.
So pretty. I love it.
Uh-oh, we've got the dog riled up, sounds like.
Yeah, exactly. I have a big coon hound, and he is so noisy. You'll hear him squeak sometimes in the back of the videos, but he's cute. He's a good boy.
Stephanie says, Mr. and Mrs. Cast Iron love the t-shirts. Yeah, Teresa had these made for us. I have another one that I wear some, and then I've got the, what do you call that, apron that I wear that she had embroidered for me. So I know you wear a One Hot Bite apron.
I know. My kids got it for me for my birthday. My birthday's in December, and they got me embroidered apron. I totally love it. I never wear my other ones anymore. I only wear that one. Sometimes it's a little dirty, and I'm like, I probably should have washed this before my video. But
that's just a little flour there. It's no big deal.
I'm okay, we'll be fine.
Dirty.
Well, I swear it gets dirty the second you wear it, and then you can't wash it all the time. But I get there eventually.
Yeah, looks like Brandon with Taylor's Fire and Smokes with us. Good to have you, Brandon. Good to see you, my friend. So, but anyway, I often ask this same question. I've got several questions. I'll have some new ones that some may have not have heard tonight. But anyway, I have several that I routinely ask. But I know we all watch a lot of different cooking channels and cooking shows, and I'm sure you've got several that you like. But what are some that are non-foodie type channels that you like to watch in your spare time? Which none of us have spare time hardly. But.
Right? Honestly, it's like when I get on there, it's like the one I've been after. I mean, because again, personal trainer, fitness has been a huge, huge part of my life forever. And so I follow a couple CrossFit channels, so exercise, fitness, and whatever. And I watch a couple I'm a car enthusiast, and so I have a couple other car channels that I follow as well. Those are probably my fun ones that I watch outside of cooking.
Car enthusiast, huh? Well, can you tell us a little bit about that?
So I don't know. It's been since I was younger. My first car, I got a Volkswagen Super Beetle.
Yeah.
It was the same age as me. It was 16 years old when I turned 16. And so it sat at a garage place downtown and got stripped of a ton of parts and everything. So when I bought it, I think I got it for $500 or $600. But it was missing so many parts. So I had friends, and we would go and get the parts at junkyards, and we'd stay up in the garage and put it all together. And so I got my car all put together. My parents had it painted for me for my 16th birthday, because I bought it just before I turned 16. And then I used to drive it super fast. I don't know what. And I was kind of into that for a long time. And I've always loved cars. Our family loves cars. We're all about fast, neat cars and classics. And so that's kind of the other side of my fitness, food, cars. So it's pretty fun.
Yeah. On your cooking, on your videos on the recipes, how do you come up with those?
So a lot of them I either have seen something similar, or I try and mesh different things together. I try and do you've seen some of mine are a little food fusion where I've mixed some stuff together. There are some that I picked out of magazines that I've had forever. And then again, I make those alterations, like I said before, to try and make it a little bit lighter, a little bit healthier. I know there's a million ways you can go in that direction with people with keto and whatever, and no carb, low carb, whatever. And I you can't appeal to everything all at the same time, but my biggest goal is just making sure that I try and keep my calories and fat at a decent level. So, I could go on this whole spiel about energy and calories, but that's kind of what I do is I'll then take a recipe and try and alter it a little bit. Or like I say, I've experimented with mixing things together that sound a lot of fun.
You may have answered this. I've got a question up here from Charlie too. We'll get to that in just a second, but I just come across my mind. But are you still a personal trainer or no?
Yes, I am. I still am. So I've tried to cut my days back a little bit, because you know how much time this takes. And I really eventually would like to head more in this direction. I'm not getting any younger.
Now, you say more in this direction. You're talking about on your YouTube channel?
Yeah, on my YouTube channel. Yeah. So, but yes, I still train 2 days a week. I have 2 pretty full days a week that I do.
Yeah.
So.
In the Kitchen with Karen, are you subscribed to her
Yeah,
channel?
I am.
Oh,
I love Karen.
She said she had a Volkswagen Bug when she was 16 also.
See, that's the coolest car. It was the coolest car. It seriously was. I had so much fun with that car.
Yeah, Pickle says, what's the biggest lesson you've learned from cooking?
I think not to be afraid of trying different things, because I think sometimes we get stuck in a box of what we think we're supposed to do, or what society says we should do, or whatever else. And I really think you need to experiment, and sometimes it doesn't work out, but and sometimes it isn't pretty, but it tastes good. And I think that's always a win. So I think that's the biggest thing, is just kind of not being afraid in the kitchen and trying new things.
Let's see. I got another one here. Yeah, everybody, if you don't mind, Stephen has got all of Melissa's channel stuff, information, her YouTube channel and Instagram and everything up here, so you can certainly go check her out. If you're not yet subscribed to Melissa's channel, One Hot Bite, be sure and go check her out after the show and then watch what she's doing. And if you like what she's doing, be sure leave her a thumbs up on her video. And if you're not yet subscribed, leave a comment and say, hey, I seen you over on old Mr. Cast Iron's channel, and then give her a subscribe. I'm certainly sure that she's certainly going to welcome that. But I got to pop this in over on top of you. It says, hi, everyone. Sorry we're late. Working to edit a St. Patrick's Day video in time for tomorrow. So may not be able to comment, but we'll be watching here and help view time. So appreciate it. Teresa and Cam. These are the instigators. If you're not yet subscribed to them, Melissa, you need to go check them out.
I'm heading over there as soon as I'm done with this. Because like I say, I was going to until I did that turkey bacon. I was like, I better not yet.
They're a lot of fun. I pick on them all the time. We interviewed them, had a great time, but anyway, I think I missed a question there.
Yes, you did. I had it up there.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Well, I got to find it now.
Got sidetracked here. So.
But that's
it's
okay.
easy to do,
yeah,
you know.
It's okay.
I think I saw it too. It was something about losing weight.
Yes, it was.
What was the best way to lose weight? Is that what somebody said?
Weight. There it is.
In all reality, what I believe is, a calorie is a calorie is a calorie. It's like you put, gas in your car and, you drive it and you exercise and you burn that energy. And if you are eating more than you're burning and that your body can actually feel, you're going to gain weight. And if you cut back those calories and burn more, obviously then you'll see weight drop off. So honestly, it's all about calories. I mean, everybody has their take on intermittent fasting and keto is huge and popular right now. And Mediterranean is actually the diet style they say every year hands down wins. And that's just, nice, good, rich food, rich fats, lean meats, whole grains. Those are obviously the key things. But I just think it's calories.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I missed this earlier. Lisa always cooking, and I'm going to interview her. I forget exactly. I'll show the schedule.
Oh, I love Lisa.
Yeah, and she said, tell us what you drive then, or whose car would you flaunt in your household?
Well, mine's the fastest, so I'm going to flaunt that one. I actually bought, it's getting kind of old, which blows my mind. It's a 2014. Is that right? It's 2014? Yeah, I think it's 2014 WRX. And then right after I got it, I had a bunch of modifications done and everything. And it's really, really fast. And I want to hand it down to my son. He's actually turning 17 next week. But I'm going, it's so fast. I'm so nervous to have him drive it. But that's the car that I drive right now.
Yeah. Wow. That's pretty cool. Well, I know you told us about roughly when you started your channel. Mm-hmm. And I know we're a little past the new year, but I've been asking this question just because it's so interesting. You've already reached 1,000 milestones, so mm-hmm. that's something that most of us or a lot of us try to achieve. It's not a destination, but it's a milestone.
Right, for sure.
Have you already acquired your 4,000 watch hours yet?
No, that's where I'm short still. So that's where. So please go watch my videos.
Yeah,
but I'm just a little low on that, but it's getting there, and I figure my time will come like everyone else. So I'm just still. Putting out content and loving what I do.
You've got great content and it'll come. I know it will.
Thank you.
I could tell people to go turn on one of your playlists while they go to bed at night and just let it play all night long, but I probably shouldn't say that, right? But you can get a lot of watch hours that way.
I'm not against it.
I've actually heard that said on other channels before, on other live streams, so I thought I'd throw that in there. But how many do you lack? Do you know?
I'm about halfway there. I'm about halfway. Yeah. So I'm getting there, but it seems to, about the time, I think we all do it. We get not discouraged, but oh gosh, whatever, and then all of a sudden it hops up again a little bit. And like I say, I'm just really trying to be patient and love the process. And I mean, obviously I have goals, but I honestly just love what I do. I love cooking. I love the editing. I love the creativeness of it. And so I can't lose that way. So
yeah. Well, we talked about eating healthy, and where healthy doesn't have to be boring, as your tagline says. But, Charlie put something up here. He says, I can't gain weight to save my life. Now,
honestly, I wish I was one of those people. I really do.
Well, a lot of people, that's what they want to be able to lose weight. But what would you say to someone that really, has a slender build or whatever, and they're trying to gain weight? What would you recommend healthy-wise?
The biggest thing with those people are usually they just have a really fast metabolism, or their lifestyle is completely active. They're on their feet, they're hard labor, things like that. And so they're burning more, obviously, than they're eating. And so I think a lot of times, and a lot of those same people don't love food like some of us do. And so they just fuel to not, just my husband calls it fill the hole. He's another one. He can't gain weight and whatever else. And I'm just like, oh, I'm so jealous. But he just doesn't think about food as often as I do. And so for someone that wants to gain weight, I would say you kind of almost have to make food a priority in your life. High protein. You don't necessarily have to do the hamburger and milkshake, high fat stuff. I mean, that would work. But it just has to be consistent, full calories all day long. And that's what, those people just usually don't like to eat, or again, they're burning so much with their life and their job and their energy level that they have a hard time keeping up.
I don't. I'm one of them full fat kind of guys.
I'm the same. I'm like, oh gosh. I mean, if I could really, I'm a fat kid at heart, and if I could just go nuts, believe me, I make my son eat stuff I think of. I'm like, do you know what would be really good? Is you could make, and I'll come up with something crazy. I'm like, oh, I would love to eat that, but I will get, I will have a problem with that. So it's like not a good idea.
Oh, Patty Joe says, how do you work out the amount of calories and nutrition in your recipes? I know you always tell us there's so many calories in each one.
So I have an app called MyFitnessPal, and it's a free app. If anybody's looking to count calories, that is an amazing app. And so I plug everything in. You can make a recipe in there, and so I can plug in, 1 tablespoon of flour, blah, 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 whatever, everything I put inside of it. And then how many servings what I'm making will make. And it calculates all the nutritional value. I mean, everything from calories, fat, fiber, sodium, saturated fat, all that stuff. So it's a great app. And so I figure it out. I plug everything into there and then figure it all out.
Can you tell us the name of that app again?
MyFitnessPal.
MyFitnessPal.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's supported by Under Armour. And again, you can get the generic version. The regular version is free, and that's plenty. But if you really want to get nuts, you can pay for the year, and it's amazing. You can figure out everything. You can plug in old family recipes and everything. So
Lisa says she's got to run. Dinner's probably already burnt. Well, you come back whenever you can. So we're looking forward to interviewing you. We'll pick at you one of these days.
I can't wait to
for
see
sure.
that one.
So, but I seen on the pop up on the screen there, Misty. Mama Z's kitchen down in Texas. She said her husband eats all the time and can't seem to gain weight either.
See,
Karen, I'm with Karen.
I know, right? I just want to be one of those people. I was one of those people when I was young. Boy, if I could have that back, I really would love to be that person because I love food.
Yeah, that's too funny right there. Well, I'm going to get out of some of these technical things. Do you just use your iPhone microphone, or do you have an external microphone when you're recording?
So I use part of my videos. I have my iPhone microphone, which I have a corded phone microphone that I can do the lapel clip, and I haven't yet tried it because it's super long. It's 25 feet or something, but I'm afraid I'm going to either hang myself with it or get caught on something. So I haven't done that in a video, and then I voice over with that microphone, separate microphone.
What video did you have the most fun making?
I really think my upside down taco salad was fun just because it was so different. I had a couple technical difficulties in, the outcome of it, but it turned out really good. That was probably my most, and then of course I love my cocktail videos. I think those are a lot of fun. Yeah. One of these days I had someone say, I can't believe you didn't drink them all. And I'm like, maybe I should. maybe I should just go for it one of these days. But no, I think those are fun too. It's fun mixing that stuff. But I used to not be a baker. My kids would make fun of me because I would burn everything. My husband can make cookies, like you would not believe. And I would try and bake and I'd screw everything up. And so I really worked hard on baking. And so I've done a lot of baking videos and I've found a passion there, although I can't eat all that stuff. And so I try not to do it very often, but I love baking now. It's so fun.
Well, I know we talked about which one was the most fun to make, but which one is your favorite video of all the videos you made?
You know, I don't even know if I have a favorite. I mean, I make them and then I, upload them and then I kind of check out, make sure they view okay on a TV, on a computer and stuff. And then I really don't ever go back. So I don't know if I could say what's my favorite. I mean, there's so many of the foods that I love.
Yeah.
But I don't know if one like came off the best that I want. I think I'm always going, I wish I would have, or I would like to. And so I think that creative heart kind of tears them apart a little bit here and there.
Yeah. Well, now that you mentioned that, what is your favorite food?
So that's a hard one too. Well, I guess I probably would have to say burgers. We have burgers in our house at least one day a week. And usually when my husband and I get away and go, for a birthday or anniversary dinner, we go get burgers. I mean, everyone else goes to these fancy places. We're like, I just want a good old burger. So that's probably my go-to awesome food. I love Mexican food as well. And I love seafood. So.
Well, what's your favorite in seafood?
Salmon is my go-to. I really love salmon. Just I like the robust flavor of it. Yeah. But I mean, I love shrimp as well. But yeah, I mean, I love scallops though. Scallops are really yummy too.
Yeah, I do too. I really like scallops. Hadn't had them in a good while, but I do like my scallops. Let's see. You have any favorite junk food that you like to eat? Or do you ever even eat junk food?
No, I do eat junk food. I do eat junk food. Honestly, I don't. It's terrible. I do think that fast food tastes pretty good, which is so silly. But I do love McDonald's on occasion. And if I can get a breakfast burrito somewhere, I'm totally down for that too. Those are probably. But I do have to confess, I have a terrible addiction to potato chips. I love all kinds of potato chips. So that's one I have to really be careful of.
Yes.
Yeah. What's the weirdest concoction you've ever put together to eat like that, junk food?
Well, I don't think it's weird. I love nachos, but I think nachos can be super weird. And because you can put so many different things on it. And I've seen seafood on nachos and everything. So that's probably the strangest, because again, it has a chip to it. I love chips. So that's like heaven to me.
Yeah, Chef Grace, are you familiar with her, Chef Grace's place?
No, I don't think I've seen her. I'll have to look her up.
Yeah, she just interviewed me the other night. It's up on her channel. But anyway, we're subscribed to her, and I'm going to have her on. I think it's sometime in May.
Oh, fine.
And but right now she has a Nacho Bowl 2021. I think is a
gosh.
tag.
I'm gonna have to check that out.
Yeah, so she's
nachos.
looking for people to collaborate on that and do a nacho. I think Patrick just did his.
Yeah, Patrick did a nacho one that was awesome.
I told her, I said, when she interviewed me, I said, well, I just did one for the Super Bowl. I said, could I use that? I don't think she's going to let me do it, though. But anyway, how about ice cream? Do you like ice cream?
I do, except if it's full fat, I get a little lactose intolerant, so I can have like a little bit or I'll feel really terrible. So I don't eat a ton of ice cream.
Yeah.
I do like it. I think it tastes delicious, but it bites me back.
Yeah.
So
I don't get lactose intolerant or anything, but I do get a little sleepy. What do you think about that?
Oh, that's actually pretty awesome. That's like milk and cookies, go to bed. I think that's a good idea.
Funny story about that. I for years, I don't know if you know this or not, but I was a long haul truck driver for many years. And I could kind of pick my own schedule and everything because I owned my own truck, so I made my own schedule. And my grandmother, when she was living, she lived in Phoenix, Arizona. And she lived to be 96 and a half years old.
That's awesome.
Yeah, she lived to be 94 She was 94. She lived by herself till she was 94.
Wow, that's
But
so good.
every time I would go to California, I would stop in Phoenix and spend the night with Grandma, and right before bedtime, which was about 7:30 or 8, which that's fine with me. But she said,
Right.
"Well, I think I'm going to have a dish of ice cream, Michael. How about you?" I said,
Perfect.
"Yeah, Grandma, I think I will too." So
And then off to bed.
yeah, so I guess she used that, to help her sleep. But
That's smart.
it's afflicted me. I've got this ice cream fetish now. I eat ice cream all the time, and my favorite is Ozark Black Walnut. And I got this
Oh, wow,
deal
that
the
sounds
other day.
amazing.
Oh, it's good. And I'm just a blessed man because I ended up breaking down and getting an air fryer for my wife. And you know what she brought home the next night? She brought home a big old jug of Ozark
Of
Black Walnut ice cream.
That is awesome. No, I love ice cream. I just can't eat. If it's the lower fat, I can have a big bowl, but like I can't. I would love to go and get the big milkshakes everywhere, but I cannot eat the whole thing. It just will kill me.
Yeah. Looks like Darnell's in the house with us. Good to have you, Darnell.
Nice.
And so, good deal. Well, which do you prefer, Melissa? Do you prefer breakfast, lunch, or dinner?
I could have breakfast 3 meals a day.
Could you?
100%. I love eggs and all the things you can do with breakfast, and it is the best meal of the day, and I can have it all the way through.
How do you prefer your eggs to be cooked? Which way do you like the best?
That's hard to say. So years ago, I used to be a only scramble, and I've gotten really good at the over easy and poached and runny. As long as there's something good to sop up the runny with, I'm good with eggs anyway. Although if it's scrambled but too soft, I can't do that. Has to be a little bit harder if it's scrambled, or the over easy or poach or something.
Well, now,
so
if it's over easy, what do you use to sop that up with? Do you use a biscuit?
Hash browns, a biscuit, toast, anything. So yummy. I love breakfast.
Yeah, I do too. I'm a big breakfast eater. Matter of fact, if you look at a lot of my videos, I have a lot of.
I remember you doing a lot of breakfast, earlier or like 6 months ago or so. I remember seeing all your crazy breakfasts. They were so good.
Fattening ones too.
I love that though. Like I say, I'm all about that. I'm like, oh, this is so good.
Are you a coffee drinker?
I am a coffee drinker.
Yeah.
So I just have my coffee in the morning. My husband and I on the weekends sometimes would have a cup of coffee in the early afternoon because we're probably going to stay up late that night. But I have it every morning. Good cup of coffee.
You put something in it, or is it black, or what? How do you take it?
So I just put a little bit of, I do sweet Italian cream. I do sugar-free, of course, because here we go with my calorie situation. Yeah. But, I do sugar-free sweet vanilla, sweet cream vanilla. That's what it is.
Woo! Yeah. Man, that
so
sounds
good.
like
Try that one.
Yeah.
It's so good. It's really good.
What'd you want to be when you were a kid?
I always wanted to be a vet. But then when my dad talked to me about that, because I'm like, I'm going to be a vet. I love animals. And I seriously wanted to take care of all the animals in the world. And we always had dogs. And then my dad said, well, sometimes they don't make it. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I can't do that anymore then. So that's when I kicked that to the curb and decided I couldn't be a vet. Yeah. So then the next thing I wanted to be was a marine biologist. But in Utah, I'd have to, brine shrimp is the only thing that we have here. So there's no sea life here.
Yeah, Billy's in the house with us. Strong's Adventure says we got another awesome guest, so good to have you with us, Billy. Awesome. He come dragging in, didn't he? Do you? I got to pick on him. He's my buddy, but anyway. Hamburgers or hot dogs? What do you prefer?
Hamburger. How about a hamburger with hot dogs on top?
I'm with you there, sister.
Right?
But now
there's a bar that's quite a ways from me, but it's out in the middle of nowhere, and it's called the Lone Star, the Big Star Burger, and it's a burger with grilled hot dogs cut up on top. So good.
Yeah, that sounds good. That gives me an idea. If somebody don't
there
make
you go.
that soon, I may have to make that.
Do it.
Yeah.
I think that's so good because you have that, that salty hot dog and your burger, and it's so good.
Yeah. Are you a cheese eater?
I do like cheese, actually, but I fare more in the feta. I love blue cheese. I'm the only person in my house that loves blue cheese, so I have to sneak it And but feta, blue cheese, Parmesan cheese. I put Parmesan cheese in my eggs every morning, and so I like those funkier cheeses. I love goat cheese as well, but I try not to, again, well, here's one of my like big tips or whatever else. If you're going to put cheese on something, those funkier cheeses usually you don't need as much to taste the cheese. And so it's a good calorie saver to put a more pungent cheese in something. You have to use less and you'll still get that cheesy taste. But I do love all cheeses. I don't eat a lot of other cheese, not that I don't eat it. I just don't eat it a lot of, regular whatever. I did make a Philly cheesesteak the other night and did a provolone cheese, and that was so good.
Yeah, that sounds good. Sounds real good. Yeah, Billy put on there hamburgers and hamburgers with hot dogs on top's an awesome idea. We ought to do a collab on that, Billy.
That'd be awesome.
We could do a collab video on that or something. But
that'd be so good.
Yeah. Well, I got, we're bumping up against 40 minutes, and I know you're able to stay with us about an hour. Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I got a serious question for you now.
All right, I'm ready.
This causes a lot of controversy in the chat room.
No.
So I want you to hold on and just, watch yourself now because
Okay.
this is tough. But I've got to ask you a question.
Okay.
This is serious now. Is it okay to put pineapple on pizza?
So I say yes. I do say yes.
right.
I think it's okay to do that. I think my husband will totally disagree with me. He thinks pineapple does not belong on a pizza, but I think it's actually adds so many awesome flavors on a pizza. So I'm going to say yes.
Yeah.
We had
100%.
it on pizza last night.
Yeah, we had it last night.
Ooh, yummy.
Now, do you make pizza?
I do. I actually have quite a few pizza videos. Or wait a minute, maybe I only have a couple. But I do make pizza often. My son, when I was pregnant with my son, all I did was eat pizza. We had to have pizza in the fridge all the time because that was my comfort food.
Yeah.
And that was the only thing that made me not sick. And so I ate pizza like crazy. And so he could eat pizza 3 meals a day. So I do try and make pizza quite often. And I've played with all different kinds of crusts and everything. So I love pizza.
Yeah. Pickles don't like pineapple on pizza. He's got to say, wait a minute, where's it at? Right there we go. No. But, Stephanie said, yay, team pineapple. So
Karen's team pineapple, too.
Let's see. Yeah, Karen's
so
team
funny.
pineapple. Awesome. Well, I love it, man. It causes controversy in the chat room every time. So we got to keep them
so
riled
funny.
up a little bit. But
Right.
Anyway. All right. Now, when you was a kid, when you was a little girl,
Okay.
did you peel the crust off of bread when you ate it, off a slice of bread, or did you eat it?
No, I ate that. Well, I bet my mom would probably, say there probably was a couple of years where I'd eat down to the crust and leave it, but I don't remember doing that for very long. So I probably did at a time, but not very often. I'm a big crust eater.
Yeah, you see there, Mama Z
Pineapple
says
for the win.
for the win. So I mean, we're liable to get something thrown at us here in a little bit. But well,
Says there's no pineapple on her.
I know. I didn't put pineapple on that one.
yeah.
I do think that pineapple is, it is really good with the Canadian bacon and ham flavors. It's that salt sweet.
Yeah.
And so I think it does do better with flavors like that. And that was mostly vegetarian. I think I had Italian sausage on that, but it was mostly peppers and onions and things. And so I don't think it would have gone so well on that, but I could always try it.
Yeah. Well, now, when you was a kid, we was talking about that. When you were a kid, was there something that you hated as a kid that you find yourself liking to eat now?
Well, so that, I talk about how much I love breakfast, and I liked breakfast okay when I was a kid, but I remember a good period of time where I'd have to have ketchup on my eggs, and now I will never put ketchup on my eggs. But that was one that was something I didn't like. And then my mom used to make lima beans and ham, and I did not love that at all. I didn't like that at all. Other than that, like, my dad was in the hotel restaurant business, and so I was around restaurants and hotels, and I was a hotel brat. And so I learned to love really good food really young. Mm-hmm. So I wasn't super picky. Those are the only two things. I still ate my eggs if they had ketchup on them, and then eventually I was totally fine with eggs. But I did not like the lima beans and ham at all. That's my thing. I think I didn't ever like.
Who taught you to cook?
My dad, for sure. My dad is like, he was my inspiration in this channel as well. So I don't know if you saw when I did my video with Pete. My dad had just passed away when and that was kind of my push to get my channel up and going. Is I felt like I needed to kind of do it for him, and because that was something we cooked together all the time. He's definitely my inspiration.
Yeah. What was your earliest remembrance of cooking? What was the first thing that you went solo on, I guess?
Went solo. Well, I mean, as a kid, my mom, she always had my brother and I sticking dinner in the oven, but she pretty well had that all handled. My grandma, I made jam with my grandma once, and I remember that was pretty, like, she kind of had me in control of it, and I was nervous. Yeah. And then, when I got married, I started cooking, but I mean, I did not cook awesome stuff when we got married. We were like hamburger helper because we worked so much, and the hamburger helper is delicious. Yeah. I don't have it anymore, but we talk about it often. Yeah. But it is, we did a lot of that. My husband almost cooked a little bit more when we first got married. And then when we had kids, I really kind of took over that role a lot more.
Yeah. What do you prefer, steak, pork steak, or beef steak?
Beef steak. I love beef.
Steak. Yeah. How do you?
I have a lot of pork. We eat a lot of pork too, but there's nothing like a good old beef steak.
Yeah. How do you like it cooked?
Medium to medium rare.
Yeah. What's your favorite cut?
Well, my favorite is a filet mignon for sure.
Yeah.
But I do like New York's as well.
Yeah. Yeah. Tennessee Buck Outdoors. Jeff said gravy and biscuits.
Oh, I love biscuits and gravy. My aunt used to make the best biscuits and gravy, and I love that.
Yeah, that's good. I do too. I love it.
Your biscuits the other day, cast iron biscuits, were awesome. I thought those looked so good.
Did you see that short?
Yeah, I did. I loved it.
Speaking of that, you're doing shorts too, right?
So, I don't know. I've done a couple, and I think I've missed, like, one was 1 minute over, and so it didn't classify as a short. And then I did another one, but I filmed it the wrong way. And I kind of am like, I don't know how I feel about shorts. So
I feel you. I was that way for a long time.
I get it. But I've heard that it doesn't count toward your view time either. So they're great for getting your subscriber base up, but it doesn't count toward those, minutes don't add up in your view time at all. Well, that's what I had read.
We've had this brought up before. And my understanding is this: if you, of course, you're right. Now, there's a lot of stipulations to how you have to upload a video. It has to be in the vertical position, and it has to be 50 or 60 seconds or less, really 59 seconds or less. And it has to have the hashtag shorts in the title and the description, usually, in order for it to possibly go up on a short shelf. Now, as far as watch time, it is correct that it does not count towards your watch time if it's in the short shelf. But if you optimize your video, your title, your tags, and your description like you normally do a regular video, if it pops up and say, like, it goes out to all of us that have our bell icon clicked where we get notifications, and we click on it from notifications, or we happen to see it on the homepage of YouTube, or if it comes up in a suggestion, then those hours or those minutes of watch time actually count towards your minutes. But the ones in the shorts does not. So, yeah.
Okay, that makes sense. And hey, Bob the Raptor. Bob the Raptor's here.
Yeah, they're always doing some neat stuff. So.
I love that. So much fun. He does awesome stuff.
That's great. Well, all right. Well, let's get back to a little bit of trivia here. So, as far as sauces, what do you like? Do you like mayonnaise, mustard, ketchup, marinara sauce, ranch dressing, blue cheese dressing?
My dad used to call me the condiment kid because I love all sauces. Anything I can dip in, drain something through, drag it through, I am all about it. So I love sauces, all sauces.
Man, you got a new nickname now. I'm going to be talking about the condiment kid. What's up?
Yep, it's terrible, but I'm like, ooh, can I dip this in anything? It's so good. So I love condiments.
Yeah. Hey guys, if you've not yet been over to Melissa's channel, if you've not subscribed to her, be sure after the show go over and watch some of her videos, give her a thumbs up, and if you've not subscribed, be sure and leave her a comment and say you've seen her on over old Mr. Cast Iron's channel, and give her a subscribe, and I know she'll appreciate that. So.
I'd love to see everybody there.
Yeah. So I got one more serious question here that I always like to ask. Now, is cereal considered soup?
No, I've never even heard that before, and I wouldn't consider it soup. No,
I've never heard it before.
No. Well, and I like my cereal, like, you know how everybody has their degree of milk that they put in their cereal, and I'm 3/4 cereal, 1/4 milk kind of girl. I just really like that little bit, like just almost like I'm dipping in it probably.
Like a little crunch, but you like a little moisture too, yeah? If
it gets too soggy, I'm out. So I think that's probably why I like it that way.
Well, I just always was in the camp of thinking, it's kind of like soup, because when you get all the cereal gone, you're down and you go like that. So it sounds like soup when you slurp like that.
That's
right?
True. It is. It can be quite slurpy.
Oh, you like spicy food? I
do. And what's so funny is I don't think, not that I didn't like it when I was younger, but as I've gotten older, I really like spice. And my son always grows these incredible jalapeno, poblanos, all kinds of stuff all year, or in the summer. And I love cooking with his stuff, but I totally love spicy food now. And sometimes it doesn't, react super awesome with me, but I still go for it. It's so stupid, but I love spicy food.
What was one of the spiciest things you think you've ever eaten?
Oh, the worst thing I've ever eaten that I would not recommend is we spent many years with a Thai family, and they took us to, during, Thai holidays and things, we would go and celebrate and eat their food. And there was this mango salad. I think it was just called mango salad. It was the hottest thing I've ever eaten. I could not. It was so hot. I've never had anything else. But Thai food is a totally different level of hot of any American or Mexican hot that I've ever had.
Yeah.
There's a question there.
Yeah.
Going back to shorts.
Yeah, Ginger Snap Kitchen. Stephanie's asking me where we found that. You can find that. You can go into YouTube. Gosh, I can't even think the name of it.
Daryl Eves has a good video.
Yeah, Daryl Eves has a good video on it, that's for sure. A lot of the big gurus do, but you can actually go in to Google into YouTube questions, and you can find pretty much anything you want to learn about YouTube. But yeah, they talk about shorts as well.
Yeah.
So
I think it's really neat. Like, I think it's evolving into that TikTok format, which is awesome that you can dip into both those worlds with it, which is really cool. But
Karen does a lot of that,
yeah, she does a lot of shorts.
Yeah, we got Lee with us, Smoking Bears, so good to have Lee with us. We're about to wind down here. Melissa's going to have to go here in a little bit, but we got a few more questions we're going to hit her with. But is there any type of food that you've not ever eaten that you'd like to try?
Trying to think if there's anything I haven't had. The one thing one of the channels I follow did Squid Ink. He did Squid Ink video, and that's one thing I have always been fascinated with and haven't tried yet. My husband is totally against it, so I'd have to try it on my own. But that's one thing. Sorry, that was my dog.
Getting radical.
That was my hound dog. He's like, I need my dinner. But that's one thing I haven't tried, and I'm trying to think if there's anything else that I haven't tried that I'd like to. I'm super open with food, though. I mean, I'm pretty open to trying almost anything. I don't know if you guys follow Meaty Mike.
Yeah.
He smokes everything crazy. I mean, he did rattlesnake the other day and rabbit, and he does all kinds of really neat stuff. And there's some of that stuff I would not want to try, but some of it I would try.
Yeah. Do you? It's okay. It's not bothering us. Do you make your own dog food?
So we've gone back and forth with that before, and I get to the point where I'll try and make my own dog food and feed them that way, and then I'm not quite sure they're getting the right nutrients, and then I go back to regular dog food, and then we've done half and half, and so I kind of go in between on that one. But I think it's better for the dog if you can make their own food, honestly.
Yeah.
So, but I don't know.
On a lighter note, do you have any hobbies? Other than YouTube?
Hobbies, YouTube, working out. No, we actually play a lot of tennis. We hike a lot.
Cool.
We are super outdoorsy. We fish. So we have lots and lots of hobbies that way.
Well, if you had your preference, where would you go? Where would you rather go? To the beach, to the mountains, or camping?
Well, I live in the mountains, which is
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah.
So I love the mountains. I think there's something about the mountains and the sea. I think both of them are nurturing to the soul. And so but when we go to the beach, we usually go to San Diego every year, and I absolutely love the beach as well.
Yeah.
But I think if I had my choice to live, I would live totally in the mountains, totally away from a lot of things, and just the pine trees. I love pine trees. So
Yeah.
I would probably have to say mountains.
Have you ever been to the Smokies?
No, I haven't.
How about the Ozarks?
Haven't been to the Ozarks either.
Oh, you know what they raise over in the Ozark Mountains?
What?
Black walnut, and they make ice cream out of it.
I
Can you
know,
believe
that's right.
that?
And you have to try your ice cream. I would actually try it. I don't even know if they have anything like that around here. I haven't seen those flavors together before.
That's funny right there. Hey, we just got a few more minutes with you, I know, so I've got 3 or 4 more questions I'd like to ask. But if there's anything that no one would suspect about you, what would that be? Do you have anything that no one knows about you or would suspect, possibly?
I think the car thing is one of the most unexpected things that people don't know.
Yeah.
Other than that, I don't know. That's probably the one that people don't. They're like, no way.
Yeah.
We all know now.
Yeah.
I know you'll know now.
Yeah. Well, I ask this occasionally, and not every time on all my interviews. But if you were to win the lottery, what would you do with the money?
So my brother and I talk about this all the time, because we've actually spent this last, during the pandemic, buying lottery tickets. And so we've talked about it. We have some charities that we would for sure hit first. I would still keep it super low key. I mean, my kids are 19, and my son's going to turn 17 next week. So my kids are older. So I wouldn't want this huge place, but I'd want everything just perfect. But I think I'd still stay pretty modest. I definitely would quit working. I love what I do, but I have a million other things I'd love to do with my time.
Yeah.
And, definitely take care of my mom, get my mom all set up. She's by herself now in Texas. And so I get her taken care of, and my husband's parents taken care of, and make sure my kids have some tucked away, and just kind of enjoy every minute. So
Billy says, what do you prefer, cast iron or high grade steel?
So I have learned to love my cast iron. I've worked with it more and more and more recently. I know, it's so much fun, and I've been learning from you, especially on how to season it and take care of it. So I've been doing my oil and getting it all seasoned, put it away. But I've really, really enjoyed the cast iron, and that's probably the thing that I really want to know better, and I want to cook with more. So I think it's so much fun in the cast iron skillet.
Yeah. Jeff, Tennessee Buck Outdoors, he said, you know what they have in Tennessee? Jack Daniels.
Yeah. I'm all about that.
And Laura's with us from Toronto, Canada, so good to have you. But we're about to call it a night, Laura, but we're glad you're here with us anyway. You can certainly catch the replay later on, but we've got Melissa with One Hot Bite. And so, guys, like I said, if you have not been over to her channel, be sure and go check her out and everything. Be sure and subscribe to her channel. But what was your favorite vacation?
So we've had some really fun ones. We would do spring break in San Diego every year for quite a few years, and that was a lot of fun. Well, San Diego kind of has my heart a little bit. But we did take a trip to Philly one year, and I don't think I'd want to live in Philly, but we saw so many neat things, and we had so much really good food in Philly. But then New York, I've been to New York too, and I think everything has this different culture and is so much fun, but New York was a lot of fun too. I would like to go back there during the holidays though.
Yeah, New York.
Right.
Interesting place. Wow.
It really is.
Place. How do you, what's a favorite way to spend your day off?
Gosh, just kind of taking the day slow in the very beginning. We've done so many things to our backyard and made it so nice that, on a nice day, not a snowy day, I'd like to just venture out there. We love playing tennis. We played tennis today, and because it was so pretty, I love playing tennis and hiking.
Yeah.
I probably would spend the entire day doing a million different things outside.
Yeah. All right. Well, if you were arrested with no explanation, what would your friends and family assume you had done?
Oh, probably driving too fast. Oh, she's speeding again.
Yeah.
She was out, racing or something. That's probably what they would say. That would be my golden ticket right there.
Well, they would just already assume that, though,
Great,
right?
there she is. Yep. So true.
We've tried
I try
to
and not
tell
do
her.
that anymore.
Yeah. We've tried to tell her and she wouldn't listen.
I know. It's so funny because I try and tell my kids, I'm like, it's okay. We're eventually going to get there. I've tried to really slow down because I feel like I used to be kind of a bully on the roads, just driving fast. And I'm like, I don't want to do that anymore. I just want to, we're all going to get there. I don't want to be that person. So I'm like, I'm just going to take it easy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Excuse
my
me,
son
boy, I got
uses
choked
that
up.
on me. He'll say when he got pulled over, he said, "Mom, you're the one that taught me how to drive fast."
See, what is that? I know.
Yeah.
It's so
That's
funny.
Well, Melissa, we've certainly had a lot of fun. You're a
No,
good
thank you
sport.
so much. I
And,
really appreciate this.
How can everybody follow you?
So you can follow me here on YouTube at One Hot Bite, Instagram at One Hot Bite, and I'm also on Facebook at One Hot Bite. So everything basically that hits Instagram will hit Facebook. So if you have a platform you like more, find me there. But my Instagram was around long before my YouTube channel. So there is so much in there. It goes very deep on my One Hot Bite Instagram.
What do you got coming up next?
So you saw my pork bites with the sous vide?
Yeah, I love that.
I am going to do a whole meal. So I'm filming it this week. I'm going to do salmon, asparagus, and cheesecake all with the sous vide.
Oh.
And I'm going to do it all in one video. So you'll see a whole meal prepared just in the one pot.
Yeah. Okay,
So that's
cool.
my next one that's coming up.
Yeah, well, great. Well, we certainly appreciate it. And before we go now, is there anything that you would have to say to our group here in the chat room, or certainly to your subscribers before we go?
Honestly, to my subscribers, I love you all so much. I seriously, I can say great things about every single one of you because I do really love all my subscribers. And those of you that aren't subscribed, please come subscribe to me because I'm a great supporter as well, as Mike can tell you. And I just love this community so much. But please go watch my videos, get my watch time up, and that would be awesome.
Yeah. Very good. Awesome. Well, guys, we appreciate everyone being here. And next week we're going to be cooking with Corey. So we look forward to seeing y'all. And we appreciate everybody being here. Y'all have a great day. It's Mike and Mrs. Cast Iron and Melissa. We'll see you guys later. Have a great day.
Absolutely.
Bye-bye.
Thank you, y'all.